So on check-in day every year, we kind of handle it the same way the last few years, where we check in on campus, everybody gets moved into the dorms, and we have our first meal together, and then we kind of walk into our first team meeting, and half the time this door's locked, so they're sort of stuck out here, and it's halfway by design by me, but I make sure these are the doors they have to go in. And so you go into this auditorium, which is an incredible historic auditorium in the middle of this building, and then we have team meeting number one, and those preseason meetings are important. There's a lot of memories there, and so the first one, slide number one of the PowerPoint, is the 1915 team sitting right here where I'm sitting.
We walked up steps. I mean, nothing really out of the ordinary. We went in there and sat in the meeting, and then he brought that slide up first, and then he talked about the steps. So we didn't even no foreshadowing or anything. He kind of brought it upon us, and it was kind of unique to think about. You actually walked up those steps, the same ones that picture was taken on.
The field was somewhere around here with, pics of North Hall in the background, just incredible history. But from day one, slide one, these players are a part of something bigger than themselves and a part of this great history and rich tradition of this program. I give a lot of credit to our older guys. The young guys are gonna follow the herd. They're gonna react the way the older guys do. And these older guys, there's unique charm about our place, unique feel and unique culture and tradition, and these older guys, they quickly realize how special this is. They talk to buddies at other programs. They transfer from places that weren't like this. They learn in a hurry this is a pretty special place to have a college football journey. In the landscape college football is going through right now, it's hard to create family. The transfer portal and NIL and people leaving rosters, and it's hard to establish what people think of when you think of a college football journey. Our kids are attracted to it. They're passionate about it. They lead the young kids into being in on it. And all of a sudden, the stairs of the 1915 team leading North Hall, it is an important thing. Without prompting for me, here's guys after big wins sneaking over here and getting pictures. Our bowl win, they thought I was gonna be mad because they stole the trophy, and they got a picture of it on the trophy right here. And I acted mad, but I thought it was the coolest thing ever. It's like, now I know I got them when they're doing that kind of stuff. So
we've had some pretty cool pictures taken here as a group, and those very special type pictures, it makes them realize it's bigger than you or bigger than the guy next to you. There's people that came before us and kind of laid the stepping stones for us.
You take this, you take hitting that sign out of the locker room, in the mud room with all those names on it. You take all these slides I put up, I teach them the culture. I talk about Jim Bear with them and teach them about the only retired jersey in the program's history. We talk about all that stuff. And so very quickly, they're reminded every day, and almost every space, the first team ever next to the current picture in the office. They can't go in a space that we have where it doesn't remind them or attract them and attach them to the past.
As a freshman, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, hadn't fully bought into the whole meaning of it. And then as I went in my later years, it became more of okay, it's almost like the standard. You kind of remind the steps is our tradition and our standard of connecting what we had done in the past to what we're doing currently. And then now as a graduate moving on to the coaching staff, it's very kind of hits home a little bit, wholesome moment when you walk up these steps, because you got to kind of have flashbacks to your freshman year, going back, walking up the steps to your senior year. We did our senior speeches in North Hall.
That's cool.
So it was a very emotional night. So that's a great way to start here at these steps and kind of finish at these steps.
When I'm long gone and forgotten by most people, I want the football program to have these lasting foundational pieces. Even if they forget I was the one that created it, I want them to always think about the steps of North Hall. I want them to always think about that sign that every alum has signed. I want them to think I hope that current team's always next to the first team ever hanging in the office, even when I'm not in there. So it's special to me, and I hope it's around forever.